The Building Nutritious Food Basket project is trying to bring together efforts as broadly as we can of all the biofortified foods that we've been working on from different CG centers into a basket that provides the whole range of nutritious foods, because at the end of the day, human health is not dependent on one nutrient, but a combination of several. And as it is now, we know several CG centers are already doing cassava, maize, orange flavored sweet potato, iron beans, and soon even more. So start with the crops that are available now and begin to demonstrate how to scale up impact to reach as many people as need these biofortified foods. So the main focus then is scaling up. But what does scaling up require? We know that to reach the entire population, you need supportive policies and effective institutions. And of course, you need the technologies themselves. So BNFB project is basically trying to engage governments, initially of only two countries, Tanzania and Nigeria, to support these governments' focus on this area and build a supportive policy environment that provides the resources and the support that a government can give to lift up the initiative of reaching out to the population, and also supporting the institutions that will need to do this. And so BNFB is working with selected institutions first to build their capacity, so that with that capacity they can partner us into collective action to reach those numbers that we're talking about. Meanwhile, the CG centers that are bringing in technologies are being invited to work in unison as collective action, and their partners to really introduce these technologies and engage those partners in policy institutions to create a movement that eventually spirals into reaching the population. As I say, 10 million is the immediate need, but we could be aspiring to 15 as well to reach that number in a short period. BNFB is going to be critically important in demonstrating how to scale up. A lot of times we think that by learning how to scale out from community to community, we actually understand how to reach nations, regions, and the globe. So scaling up, it requires very broad-based partnerships of larger and larger entities, an experience that BNFB is trying to accumulate and document, hopefully to inform and inspire others.
We are working together with in a CIP-led partnership to address biofortification, since it is a cost-effective and a sustainable way of addressing the hidden hunger to vulnerable groups in Africa, for example, children and women of childbearing age. And this is a 3-year project that targets Tanzania and Nigeria, and we will focus on a food basket approach to include vitamin A-rich sweet potato, cassava, and maize, and high iron beans. So CIMMYT, we have the mandate for maize and wheat improvement in terms of sustainable systems. And one of the areas that we do know is that maize itself is deficient in a number of micronutrients, in proteins, and in several other aspects, but it is very rich in terms of carbohydrates. And so we did start technology to improve on vitamin A, knowing the important role that it plays, especially in developing children, and especially to do with their sight. So we did start orange endosperm color maize that has high vitamin A. And this has been developed and also is being commercialized in Zambia, and other countries are going to take up. But in this project, we target Tanzania. And Tanzania having large population, which would really benefit from this. And so one of the roles that we need to play is really to create a system that would enable these micronutrient-rich crops to be available and to be taken up by farmers. And the seed systems is one area that is important. So working together with the partners, we are going to develop the seed systems that would ensure that those that need and can benefit most from this technology can be able to benefit from that. And this is within the key objective of the project, that is really to strengthen that enabling environment for investment through advocacy efforts. We are working together with the others that are taking on lead on that, and also to developing institutional and community capabilities to be able to access and use biofortified crops.
FARA has certainly now embedded the whole concept of nutrition-sensitive agriculture in its strategic outlook. The whole concept of biofortification in itself is a key approach that we think is extremely important in embracing and promoting nutritious sensitive agriculture. Currently, we are collaborating with CIP, one of the CG centers, on the theme of building nutrition food baskets as a way of getting nutrition to the grassroots and to the lowest echelon where it is most needed to avert the whole subject of hidden hunger. This project is scheduled to take place in 2 countries, one in West Africa and the other one in East Africa, that's Nigeria and Tanzania respectively. And the medium of expressing this is having the vitamin A-rich sweet potatoes, cassava and maize, and also the iron-rich beans. We all understand the implication of the lack of micronutrients in the existing food baskets as we have them in our commodities, and the implication for the future dimension and future growth for the children is not very good. So this project fits very well in line with the African nutrition strategy that is being elaborated by the African Union Commission.